Roger is looking for a second date update, and we're going to try to help him out. Hi, Roger.
Hey, guys.
Welcome in.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I met this woman online recently, and we went out for a nice dinner, and it was a pretty standard story. I thought we clicked really well, and the conversation was great. I was charming. She was sweet. So, yeah.
Which dating app did you meet her on?
Hinge.
Okay.
I've had good luck on there, but nothing like this. Like, I really liked her. I felt like we were getting to know each other. And, we both asked good questions. We laughed a lot. And I thought we had a lot of common. So it was just great. Like, I had a really good time.
Is Hinge owned by Match? Is that the same?
Yeah.
Is that all part of the same family?
Yep. And OkCupid, and there's a couple others.
Like, based on, how long have you been on Hinge?
A few weeks.
And is she the first person you connected with, or have you kind of cycled through a handful of others before sort of landing on Claire?
I've met up with like two other people, just for, like brief dates. It was nothing, like it didn't really click. Not like this one, not like her and I did.
Good.
So yeah, it was, like I said, it was great. So we started talking about, going to some live music events this summer. So there was even like some future planning involved there.
Good. You guys like similar artists?
Yeah, we were talking about a few concerts. There's a couple I want to go to, a couple she wanted to go to, and we were talking about going together, which, again, got me really excited. Like, I was even more excited by this point.
Good.
So after dinner, I walked her to her car, and she initiated a hug, which I thought was a good sign. Mm-hmm. Since then, I've called her a couple times, sent a few texts, but I haven't heard anything back.
Now, was she, when you're sitting there and you're talking, was she looking you in the eye? Was she, was there because, we girls sometimes can get this little sparkle and we like blink a lot.
Twirl the hair.
Play
with the hair.
Yeah. Did she playing with her hair? Or was she more, looking down at her hands and fussing with her napkin?
I mean, we were eating, so she was,
she was chewing her food. That's so funny.
All right.
Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to call her up and see what is currently distracting her. Maybe something else is hijacking her time. We'll find out as Second Date Update continues. He hadn't been on Hinge all that long. He went out on a couple of dates before, just quick, brief coffee dates. They were fine. He doesn't have any dating horror stories from his experience on Hinge, which I guess is good. And, of course, he met Claire, who he was a bit taken with. And they have a lot in common, and I don't know how it is. You connect with someone and it feels right and you'd like to see him again. They have similar interests. They talked about maybe catching some shows this summer, big concert season this summer.
All the bands that are playing the sheds, that's what they call them, the outdoor spaces, concert spaces. They're playing sheds this summer.
Oh yeah,
that's if you want to sound like you're in the business or like in the know, you got to say sheds.
Oh well, I'm in the business and I have no idea.
Oh, now you know.
Now I know. So, Roger, is there anything else you want to add before we call her that you think is pertinent to the story, or did you pretty much cover it?
I think I pretty much covered it. We had a great time, and now I'm not hearing from her.
All right, let's give her a shout.
Hello?
Hi, Claire.
Yes.
It's Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. I heard you're on Hinge.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite a way to start a story. Yeah, I'm on Hinge. What's going on?
We talked to someone you met on Hinge, and he likes you. He likes you enough to go on a second date, but he's having trouble arranging it because you're not responding to any of his texts or phone calls.
Oh, wow. Jeff and Jenn, this is wild. Okay, so obviously I never thought he'd call you, and I didn't seem the type that would, put his stuff all out there. I didn't see that in him, but here we are.
Here we are.
So,
yep.
Yeah. I guess you want me to tell you my side? Is that what's happening?
If you're willing, I mean, I
Yeah,
think sometimes
sure.
I think it's easier having these conversations with an intermediary since clearly you were avoiding having this conversation with him, hoping he would just go away on his own. Obviously, he's not. So, I mean, let's just lay it all out there.
Yep.
I did think that he was pretty cool. As a matter of fact, for the first hour, I really thought there was some potential for us. But then he started talking about this crazy plan he had. And, like, why didn't he pick up that this might actually be the reason that I haven't taken his calls? I don't know.
I don't know. What's his plan?
Apparently, he makes good money, and he's been investing it and really growing it. And he's also been hiding it. So I guess his family is always asking him for money and expecting him to pay for things, and he doesn't really get along with any of them.
So far, I'm right there with him.
Is that right?
No, I mean, I get along with it. It's fine. We're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just tend to be the
maybe-
one who's hit up for money more than the others. We'll put it that way.
Okay. Got it. Well, apparently they kind of hit him up. He doesn't get along with them. So anyway, once he hits some big financial goal he set, apparently, that's what he told me, he's moving away and not telling anyone anywhere, not in town, not his family. Nobody's going to know where he's going. He's just going to disappear, like almost faking his death. And listen, I'm not down for any of that. It sounds crazy, right? Like, how do you just leave?
I don't know. Jeff's looking like.
I don't know that it's that crazy.
There
Wow.
could be some.
I mean,
Well, I don't know. Did you meet his family? I mean, did he get? You might want to meet his family first, and after you met them, you might say, "Okay, now I get it."
No, I haven't met his family. This was definitely a first date, but I'm not interested in meeting any of his relatives. I think this is weirdo manirdo, and I'm not down.
Because and whoever he ends up, partnering up with, well, then they're going to have to disappear too. Is that the expectation? Is that kind of what?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he inferred most definitely that it was a we situation, or that he'd be interested. If I was interested, it would be a whole like Bonnie and Clyde runaway situation. I don't know what his thoughts were, but it definitely sounded like he might be thinking that I would be down for this, which is absurd.
Well, it's not. Okay. Well, it's not for everybody, obviously.
Disappearing and not telling anyone on the earth. Yeah, you're right. It's not for everyone.
I'm sure there are people listening right now that have thought about just dropping out of society. And
I'm on a 4-year plan.
there you go.
In 4 years, Tim disappears.
Hey, live on an island someplace.
I'm working towards it.
I mean, it's not that like I've never thought of it. I think we all have, you're right, the Great Escape, but to actually plan it out, and it just sounds very sneaky, I'm just squirreling money away till I can leave and no one will know. Ugh.
I mean, is he going to like just disappear like he's dead, and so family is then worried and looking for him, or is he going to say to them, I'm moving away. You're probably not going to hear from me very often because I'm going off the grid.
Well, let's ask him. We got him on the other line. Roger, you still with us, or have you already moved?
No, I'm here.
So, Roger, what's the story? Did she misunderstand what you said, or is she pretty spot on?
I mean, she's pretty spot on. I kind of just want to pack my stuff and go, I don't have a lot around here to stick around for, and I just really want to make my own life in my own way. So I have a chance to do that in a really big way, and I'm looking for somebody who wants to kind of run away with me and go on this big life adventure.
So are you going to do like slow travel where you visit different countries around the world, or are you thinking of a deserted island someplace? I mean, you're not hiding from the authorities, are you? Because she seems to imply that there's a sinister aspect to this, using the word sneaky, as if your money is ill-gotten gains that you're hiding from the feds, and then you're going to fake your own death.
Okay, I did not imply any of that. That's not what I said, Jeff. You're such a storyteller.
Well, that's not what you're planning, is it, Roger?
No, not at all. Not at all. I just traveling around and just like living the best life you can. I think that sounds amazing, and I'm really looking for somebody to do that with. And I thought I thought that Claire would be a person who would want to do that with me.
Well, what's sneaky about that, Claire?
I think that it's very sneaky to squirrel away money and tell no one.
But it's his
Absolutely
money.
no one. You're absolutely right. No one's saying he shouldn't do it. I just think it's weird. I have an opinion, and I definitely would not be there for it. And here's the thing. I would want to disappear, but on vacation, okay? I don't want to run away forever.
Well, that's fine, but why fault the guy for wanting to go on an adventure and see the world?
I just, listen, that's something that an angry, bitter person would do, or at least that's the way I see it, and I'm not angry or bitter. So, no.
Roger, are you angry or bitter?
No, but not at all. It's more in a, I want to do this in like a happy way. But Claire, you made some comments about your family and friends that made me think you might want to get out of here too.
Again, vacation, yes. Forever, no.
This sounds like a
Heading-
freaking dream. I don't like hook up the hitch. Let's go.
I know.
I mean, are
I don't even know
you
yet.
going halfway around the world? Are you going somewhere
Maybe.
tropical? Are you going into the mountains and into the woods? Or like, what are you
All of
going to
it.
do?
All of it. Wherever the wind takes me.
Are you
That's
going to
great.
get a boat and sail around the world?
The great thing about it, man, is you don't have to come back for any other commitment. That's the joy, is you can just go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I was talking to someone recently about how much we fell in love with Cincinnati when we moved here. And I will always come back to Cincinnati, no matter where I go or where I travel in my future. I love this town and I love the
is home
people
base.
in it. Yeah, this is my home base. I've lived here longer than anywhere in my life.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I don't have a bit of wanderlust.
Well, I've been having just this weird experience lately since it's become apparent that my kid that I thought would be living with me forever and ever and ever is going to launch.
Yeah.
He is going to, and I'm an only child. I'm not married. When my mom is gone,
Who
whoa,
knows where you'll wind
I
up?
mean, it's like, everything will be just wide open, and I'll be like, what am I going to do?
Possibilities are endless.
Right?
Isn't that great, though?
But it's so weird because I've never, ever put any thought into it because I had this life trajectory that I thought I was on till the day I died.
Mhm.
And now that ain't it.
Well, it's exciting, and you can
It's-
let your imagination run wild.
And I have big imagination. So,
Yeah.
but So, I mean, it's kind of cool and exciting.
No, not to me. And that definitely is not it either. Running
Yeah.
away, it just deuces to the whole everything I've ever known. No, I'm
You
cool.
can always come back, Claire.
Well, that's not what he said. He said disappear forever, as
Yeah.
in leave them in the wind. That is not what he said.
All right. Now, obviously, it's not a match, but we appreciate you taking the call and
Yep.
clarifying your position on this.
Sure.
And Roger, good luck to you, man.
Good luck. Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks.
Let us know where you
Thanks, I
land. I'm
appreciate it.
curious.
Will do.
All right.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
real.
Yeah, he's not going to tell his family, but he's going to tell us.
I was about to say, right, he's going to disappear and then call you guys. That would be funny.
Your secret is safe
That
with
would be
us,
funny.
Roger. Well, if you get sick and tired of the road, man, there's always home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, take care and good luck.
Thank you.
But sometimes that's all people need to do is they need to get away for a while.
Yeah.
They've gotten
And
it out of their
breathe.
system, and then sometimes they ultimately end right back up where they started. And
Yeah. Well, it's really funny, though, too, because people will get away for a while and they'll start to forget and they'll start to think, my family isn't they weren't that bad, they weren't that crazy. And I've had this time to get centered and I have grown
Right.
and I'm more mature. I'm more enlightened now. Whatever they do throw at me, I can handle. And then they go back and they spend a weekend and they realize just how unenlightened they are.
Oh, yeah.
And they will have teachers, I've had teachers say that. They're like, anytime you're feeling enlightened, go spend a weekend with your birth family.
With your family.
Go spend a weekend with your family, and you'll see exactly where you still have work to do.
I saw that this is a thing that's going around right now. And like I saw it on TikTok, was this woman talking about when is it okay for us to talk about how we've outgrown our family as an adult?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've spent all these years pretending all these things are okay and
Yeah.
that I'm fine with all of it. And
Yeah.
I'm not.
And it's not
So
okay.
at what age am I allowed to be like, hey guys, I am
love
not
you.
cool with this?
But I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's ever okay.
Well, I think that you can limit your time and choose your time carefully. I mean, if it's an unhealthy situation for you to be in, and you always feel bad when you're with your family, you know.
I think for me, there was always and there always will be a place for my family. That doesn't mean we have to be together all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I still enjoy the time that we are together. I like going back and reminiscing. And for as much as our parents loved us,
Right.
our mother more specifically, who, spent a majority of her parenting time doing it by herself.
Yeah.
It impacted us all in ways where we needed to work through some of that stuff.
Yeah.
There were some unintended consequences
Even
that were well-meaning.
Oh God, even the most loving, doting, seemingly perfect parents are causing trauma in some way.
Right.
It may be affecting us mildly, it may be affecting us severely, but there's always something we're doing to our kids.
But what's been great is that we're able to recognize those things, acknowledge them, heal from those things, and know that it came from a place of love. And that's been the best thing for us.
Yeah.
And I don't think, that would have or could have happened until after my mom passed, because we weren't having these conversations.
Yeah. Wasn't happening because you still had to care for your mom.
Right.
And it's easier for you too because the distance helps.
It didn't hurt.
If all that was happening in your backyard, it might have been a different.
But don't you find
ending.
too, though, when you go back, for example, like when I go back to Hazard and I hang out with my fam there, I'm like, phew, thank God we moved to Covington. Often I feel like I love them. I want to be around them. I have a great time when I'm there.
In short,
thank you for living in Cincinnati, parents.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
Right. But that doesn't make you a bitter person to want to have your own life. And I think that was my issue with Claire. Is she was like, look, if it's not your thing, that's fine. You don't want to be a part of that, it's all good. But she was framing him in such a way that I just thought was really unfair. Like he's this bitter guy who's running away from his problems.
Yeah.
I
And he
didn't
might
see it
be,
that
but
way.
it's impossible to say for sure.
Is it possible that maybe he's just looking to forge his own life and is looking for an adventure?
Yeah.
And maybe his family situation is toxic and he's
Yeah.
better
That's
off
why it's like you
putting
haven't
some
met his
distance
family.
there, right?
You don't know what's going on.